Okay, hi. Okay, so I hope you got the post where, or the picture of the ingredients, you know, what you need. So I did all of my dry ingredients I put in, and then I stirred it around. Okay, all my dry ingredients. So I know you guys saw bread flour. So like I said, you can use both, either or, half and half. I do 2 cups of regular flour, all purpose, and then I do 1 cup of bread flour. They just come out softer, better to roll. That's a preference. They taste just like my grandmother's, although she did not use bread flour. I know that for sure. She used to have those little buckets, or like she used to get like pillowcases full of flour back in the day. Okay, and then I added my shortening. I use about, on there it says about a half a cup to 3/4 cup. Yeah. And then, so basically it's about seven tablespoons. And the reason why I do it in tablespoons is because you kind of need it in little chunks anyways. You know, you just want to, so you can spread it around. Okay, let me put this away real quick, now that you guys know what I got. Okay. Oh, and then my water. So about 1.5 cups of water. I usually eyeball that part. I usually do about 2 cups of water, and then I just use as I need it. But I gather it's about 1.5 cups. Okay, so with your clean hands, okay, sorry. Okay. With clean hands, you wanna mix together your lard, right? Or your shortening, or your butter, or you know, your bacon fat, whatever you're doing. And you want to incorporate that. Now, this needs to feel like sand. You know what I mean? The whole thing. You know, the whole thing needs to, just get your hands in there. Okay. God, they bark at everything. Everything. Okay. So I'm going to keep doing this. And you want, like I said, you want the consistency of like sand. Like you want to be able to have it and it stay together, you know? It stay together, but you want to get all in there, all in the bottom where the flour's super loose. Okay? These are so good. I freaking love my tortillas. I do. You know, I'm working on my language, so I probably shouldn't even say freaking, but okay. So they're just wonderfully delicious. Okay. So that's about good. I got my warm water. So now I want to incorporate my water. Meanwhile, I got my comal on like super low, but I'm probably going to push it to about a 3 or 4. My stove gets really, really warm. And I got the cast iron. I don't know if you can see it. I got the cast iron because I found that the other things that I had, you know, like I had one that looked like a flat pizza pan. I had one that almost looked like a griddle with the, you know, the grooves in it. And I mean, they did the job. But when I invested into a cast iron, oh, baby, can't even begin to tell you. Okay, so here we go. Feels really wet, really cold. It's freezing over here anyways in my house. We haven't had heat in like 3 weeks. We got the guy coming out today to fix our part. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna incorporate that. I'll tell you right now exactly how much water you'll need if this doesn't, you know, if this isn't enough. So you wanna mix this up. Sorry, you wanna mix this up really good, and you definitely want it to be sticky, you know. And I think 1.5 cups is gonna work. So you want it to be sticky, because as you knead it, that's the process right there. Like, besides my little workout challenges, I got 1 buff arm. Yeah. So it is 1.5 cups, even. Oops. Okay. I think I left out like a drop, and that's okay. Yeah. So it's gonna be like really, really sticky, you know, but it comes to, and it takes a minute, you know. Everything good takes time, right? So it's super sticky, and you want to keep kneading it and kneading it until it doesn't stick to you anymore. So, and it usually takes me about 10 minutes. You know, I don't usually take it out of this thing because it's super sticky, and I don't want to flour it because then it gets dry, you know. So it does come together. So I'm gonna do this for a little bit, and let me figure out how to pause this video, and I'll tell you how long exactly it took me to do this and what it'll look like after. So see, it's starting to come together. Okay. Oops. Okay, so I couldn't figure out how to pause the video, and it's making me make a new video. So I have to remember to put this. But look, it's only been about 4 or 5 minutes, and see how it's already forming, and it feels, you know, it feels a little moist, you know. So you don't want it like dry. And now I could take it out, and I could knead it a little for a couple more minutes, you know. Let's move that. And don't mind that, you know, it is a little sticky, but you just keep kneading it and picking up that extra dough that's down there. Fold it in. So I put my warmer on my oven because my house is so freezing cold. If I let this sit for a minute, I mean, I'm not trying to make it rise or anything, but you want it to settle. And if I make this sit out here, it's just gonna get cold. And you kind of want to, you know, in a warm place, you know, like when you let something rest, let it rest in a warm place. So I know people like turn on their oven light and put it in, whatever works for you. But like I said, I have no heat right now. So I put my stove on warm, and as soon as it reaches that temperature, I'm gonna turn it off because it stays really warm in there. Okay. So look, but see how it's tearing? See how it's tearing? You keep kneading, keep kneading. You want it to where when you want it to where when you push down, it comes up. Okay? Like anything else, you know? That's not just yeast that does that. Okay. This is my first time making like a tutorial like this, so, and I got a lot of time in my hands right now. I mean, I cut hair in between, and, you know, yeah, I cut hair in between. I cut hair, enjoy my wine on the weekends. Hey, what else, all right? What else can you ask for? So I got time on my hands to do things homemade right now, and I'm making chicken mole tonight, but I'm gonna cheat tonight. I keep hearing about this mole called Doña Maria. I'm gonna try it. I have not tried jar mole yet, so I'm gonna do a little bit of the jar mole and then stick with my California chiles, you know, still. But I want to try a little bit of that because anything to shortcut, you know? Like, I don't know, for you ladies out there who do homemade cooking all the time, after a while, it's like, you know, a shortcut? We deserve that. Okay. Okay, so here we go. You just go like this. So it should be like tacky but not sticky, right? So here we go. Okay. And always when people show this on the video, it always looks smoother than what it is in person. So don't worry, if yours don't look exactly like this, I bet it does, because it doesn't look like that in person, trust me. Okay, now I'm going to put it back in here. This is like my salad bowl thing, came with a little thing inside it. Okay, now I got to turn off my oven. I'm going to let this sit. I usually let it sit for about 30 minutes. I just do. I don't remember. I remember my grandma like making tortillas. I don't remember if after she balled them out or when she did it like this, but she did used to let it sit because she'd stand at the doorway between the kitchen and living room and watch her novelas. And yeah, so I remember it sitting one way or another, and this is the way I've been doing it, and it's really, really, really good. Okay, so again, I have to stop the video. You guys are just gonna have to continue to watch 2-3 videos. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, hi, video number 3, I think. Okay, I just took the, you know, it's the first rise or rest or whatever. But in between then, I made me a cup of tea. It says journey. It's a little scripture. It's from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. I got these nice cuts from my little primo Jose. And this is what I'm drinking. Cinnamon, and it's a black tea. It's gingerbread spice and cinnamon by Bigelow. I love to mix my teas. Anyways, it's cold in my house, like I said. Okay, so I really did only let it sit for about 15 minutes. I just want to prove that, like, it's very forgiving, you know? It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now that I'm taking it out, it looks like really, like, oily or whatever, but it's from the manteca. So look at, oh my gosh, you can already smell it. Yes, this is, oh my Grandma Rosa, I miss you. Okay, she passed when I think I was in my 20s or something like that. Right when Gabriel was born, actually. Okay, look at, now that looks smooth, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and ball these out. So I just, you know, I just grab like this. These, I can make a good, like, see, I can make a good, like, 12 to 15 out of this. So, and that's the perfect size, like, for my comal. That's the perfect size for, like, you know, burrito. Not those big old huge burritos, you know, but for a burrito. Yeah, so you just do this. Just, you know, pinch them. And I just lay it down. I got this, like, cookie sheet thing. And I'm not sure how many this is. And there's a dozen little, I got this from Costco. This cookie sheet. So we're gonna go like that. I'm new at this whole video thing, you guys, again. So, you know, sorry if I'm boring or if it's too long or cut to the chase. But you can always fast forward. I think you can fast forward on Facebook. No? Not sure. I wanted to do this YouTube, but I can't figure out a way to, if I can download like a video app or something that'll help me like pause it, come back to it, you know, that would be cool. But I basically want to get to the point of rolling so I can show you guys. Mine come out round. Now they're not, you know, they're not store-bought round. You know, I like to think that they cheat anyways. They use a tortilla press. I find it hard to believe there's like a million little Mexican ladies in a factory just rolling these out. Like, duh, right? Or do they? Okay. Just kidding. Let me see. Okay, so I got 12. This is 12. And I get 14 out of this. Okay. So I just usually, you know, I just curl in, or I just grab from the ends like this. You're fine. Okay, so I got 14 out of these. This one might be a little bit bigger. Get some of that. Okay. I'm going to try to show you right now without flipping the camera around because I don't have that option, I guess. So, here's what they look like. Okay. I got my comal on. And right now, I can feel the heat. And it's only set at like, oh, can you see it? It's only set like at 3. And then this is what I usually plop them in. And it's just a big Tupperware with the towel inside. Okay. So, let's get busy. This part I'm a little nervous to show you guys. Okay. And my Nina, she's the one that put on my post. Are they round? Oh my gosh. Now, and I'm like, yeah, of course they are. We'll see now, right? Always my first one never comes out as round as I want it to, but okay. So I'm gonna put some flour. I always put some flour on this. So here's where I keep my flour. Oh yeah, I'm one of those. Yeah. They make a meme for me, don't they? Like, you know you're old school, you know you're Mexican or whatever, when like, you know, your butter containers are your Tupperware and, you know, your coffee containers, which you keep your sugar and flour in. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Okay. My kids know nothing else. Okay, so let me get my roller. I have 2 of them, right? I have this one and I have this one. I found that this one, there's a difference because this one like goes, this one is shorter a little bit here and then kind of, you know what I mean? So it connects the middle. I like this one better. It's just, I get better control. So, but the other one I use for like pizza dough. I make bomb pizza dough. I put Italian seasoning in my dough. So bomb. Okay. Rinse my hands real quick again. All right. And then I use this. I cover when I'm not using, just so it doesn't get they don't dry up. And actually, I'm gonna dampen a couple paper towels. Nothing major, just a little damp, just to keep them over so they don't dry out, so they just stay moist, you know. Okay, so here's one. I'll just do a paper towel and okay. So here we go. So I usually get my little ball, right? I flatten it out a little, make like, you know, like a little, looks like a, they look like a the peanut butter cookies, you know, that you put the fork in, so that kind of thickness, you know, whatever. And then I plop it in the flour. I have my little dish of flour here. I pop it in both ways, like that, because this is where the flour comes in. This is where you can flour it, because we've already had like a tacky dough, so we can afford to put flour on it. Okay, so I've dipped it in flour, and then I just, you know, I just go back and forth. So like I go like maybe like a up, down, side to side, and then diagonal, and that usually helps it. And then I flip it, right? And when it starts to stick a little bit to the table, or to you know, to your pin, just, you know, I usually dip my hands in flour a little bit through the top, you know. See how it's coming out? Oh gosh, I wish I could show you guys. Let me see. I'm gonna try to. Oh, let me see. Does this work? Does this work? That just might work. Okay. Okay. Then I flip it. Oh, I gotta put my comal on a little bit. Okay. See how it just like, it just, I feel that it's the bread flour that does this. And it's the amount of fat you put in it. You know, it's the amount of butter. It's the amount of, you know. So if yours have come out in the past like hard, or they don't roll right, or they're not soft enough, I'm telling you, I think it's, well, I know it's the fat, right? So you might want to do more, put in more fat and try that. Definitely put in more fat, and make sure that your dough isn't dry when you know, when you're kneading it. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like hecka dry. Okay. So I do this a few times until I get it to the size that I want. And you want it, you want them thin, but you don't want them paper thin. Don't do paper thin. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they just bubble and they're just too thin, and then you can't roll nothing in them. You can't make a burrito out of them. So here we go. Oh, I'm nervous. You guys are making me nervous. Oh my God. I could just feel the comments coming in if I was live. Oh crap. I mean, oh, didn't mean to say that. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna lie them down. My comal might not be hot enough. Let me see if I can show you. It's already starting to bubble. Okay, I got it on like a 4. I'm probably gonna have to turn it up. Or, I mean, it's bubbling nicely. So it's supposed to bubble for about, what, 30 seconds, they say? But you know, once you've been making them for a while, you just kind of go with it. So I probably need to turn it up a little bit more, because you want it to bubble and brown. Okay, let's see. You want it to bubble and brown. Oh, look at that. Nice, right? Ooh, here we go. Beautiful. Wonderful. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks really, really good. So, what do you think? Oh, I love it. What do you think? It's about 30 seconds on each side. Look at that. Look at that. I'm telling you, They come out so good like this. I discovered this when I went to my sister Angela's. Like, just throw a shout out to Angela Lopez. Woo! My workout partner. Anyways, yeah, look. See how it hangs on the side? They're nice and soft. Bingo. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. And off to your journeys. Hi. Okay, here's my final. I wanted to show you guys exactly what they look like. All done. All done. Don't they look good? So I also wanted to show you this. So see, super soft. Like one finger, like they just fall like that. That's soft, right? That's soft. And they are so good. It doesn't matter how many times I make these. The first one I taste, it always reminds me of my grandma. I'm not a real big crybaby when it comes to loved ones passing, because I always think sometimes I envy the dead, and I joke, but you know, they're not suffering. And my grandmother, when I think of the ones I really love who've passed, like, you know, it's kind of joyous, right? Because I got memories. I got good memories. Like me, if you died and I knew you, I always remember something funny. I can't do the whole like, oh my goodness, you know, I don't know how to do that, so I stay away from funerals and wakes and things like that, only because I like to remember the good. But this is one of the best memories, and I'm glad that I can keep it going. I might have added a couple things that she didn't do, but the flavor's there, man. It's there. So I highly suggest you try this recipe. And like I said, I'm going to do mole tonight. I'm going to try the Doña Maria. Let me know if you have any recipes. And when you make these tortillas, please post in this post. I want to see pictures. I want to see pictures of how they came out, good or bad. Hey, it took me a year before they were round, and before I figured out not to use baking soda, but baking powder. Hello. So don't trip, okay? I want to see. And you know, you got to work at it. All right, if you want to know my mole recipe, or you want to know how that turns out, leave a comment. Hopefully before dinner I can snap that too. Okay, bye everybody. Let me know what else.